What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Super pumped for today's video. What you're about to see is the first episode in a video series that myself and my coworker Ruhan Bora have been working on for 3 months. It's called The Corner Office, and The Corner Office is where Ruhan and I sit down with Philadelphia's leading entrepreneurs and business executives in a fun, low-pressure talk show-like setting in downtown Philadelphia. I'm not going to probably put every single episode on this channel. I'm going to put the ones that are very relevant to our audience, or pick and cherry pick bits and pieces from episodes that are very relevant to salespeople. Check it out. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if there's any guests in Philadelphia that you want Ruhan and I to interview for The Corner Office, let us know in the comment section. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of The Corner Office, where we introduce you to Philadelphia's leading entrepreneurs. Today we're sitting down with a young entrepreneur whose mission is to improve youth sports all around America and enable kids to play the sports they love. Uber, Lyft, Chipotle, all his clients. Very impressive. Super excited to introduce you to Zubin Teherani, COO and co-founder of Leagueside. Hope you guys enjoy it. Zubin, thanks for coming on the first episode of The Corner Office. We're super excited to have you. I know Ruhan has been hounding you to get on the first episode. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So tell us what Leagueside does.
Yeah, so Leagueside's platform makes it easy to sponsor youth sports leagues at scale. So our clients like Post Serial, Uber, Chipotle log onto our platform, choose the zip codes they want to sponsor youth sports leagues, launches at scale. Great marketing for them. Sends more money back into the community, helps more kids play sports.
Okay. Maybe you can help me out. I'm an aspiring entrepreneur. I was at a family party last week, and I was sitting down with my Uncle John. He said, Matt, what do you want to do with your career? I said, I want to own my own business and run my own business. He said, Matt, what's your idea? I have no idea what my idea is. Hopefully it comes to me organically. Maybe you can help me out. How did you and your co-founder, Evan, come up with the idea for Leagueside?
Yeah, so funny background. So Evan is from Long Island, went to the University of Texas.
Okay.
I'm from Dallas originally.
Are you a Dallas Cowboys fan, man?
I am a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Eagles and Cowboys fans sit with each
other. But all of my high school friends ended up becoming Evan's college friends.
Okay.
So we both joined a program called Venture for America, and we ended up knowing each other, having similar values and interests. Knew we wanted to start a company together, just didn't know what company we wanted to start.
Okay.
So as a part of VFA, Evan spent 2 years at a startup working in the trenches in Detroit, and I was in New Orleans.
Okay.
And throughout 2 years, we just bounced terrible business ideas off each other. There were things like a stock market for sports teams. There was paying people to wait in line for you. But ultimately, we were volunteering at youth sports leagues. Looked around, realized there's no better way to engage families in the community than when they're watching their kids play sports.
Got it.
And thought back to when I played Little League. Campese's was always the sponsor of my team. Found ourselves wondering, why aren't regional and national companies sponsoring youth sports leagues too?
Okay.
And so that was the genesis of the idea. Then we hustled, talked to thousands of youth sports leagues commissioners, spoke to a bunch of different brands, realized that there was a need on both sides of the market, and then started building the company.
Awesome. So you and Evan had the vision, had the idea. It's a whole different animal and beast to actually go out and execute that idea.
Sure.
What did the process look like to go out and seek funding for Leagueside?
Yeah, so when Leagueside started, we went through an Accelerator Program through Venture for America, based here in Philly, which was tough being a Cowboys fan moving here.
I'm sure.
It's still tough.
Yeah. It's
And
never
so,
going to get better, man. Just so
I
you
know it's not going to get better. So we moved here, we started in the Accelerator Program, and we just started meeting different advisors that were interested in what we were building. And the best thing that we ever did is we started, and it sounds really simple, it was a monthly newsletter updating our advisors or people that we met about the progress of Leagueside.
Okay.
And ultimately, when it came time to raise money, it was as easy as just sending out that newsletter and be like, hey, Leagueside's raising our first round. would you be interested, or do you know anyone that's interested?
Got it.
And what's powerful about that newsletter is it shows a timeline of the growth and progress of Leagueside. It shows where it started as a seed and of idea, and each piece along the way to get to where we got. So it shows this greater picture instead of just snapshots here.
Got it. Do you still use that newsletter today to seek funding?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Leagueside is successful because of the amazing advisors and investors that we've gotten on board. So
Okay.
just through friends of friends or connection of connections, like Elton Brand is an investor,
Oh, wow.
Wendy Snyder is an investor, a lot of local entrepreneurs here in Philly are investors. So that power of word of mouth is really incredible.
It's great stuff, man. I was actually in your office the other day dropping off cupcakes for you hopping on the show. Hopefully you enjoyed the cupcakes.
Those were amazing.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of your employees were on the younger side.
Yep.
What are some unique aspects about your culture that would attract, a college graduate to join Leagueside? Because there's so many options out there, right? They can join a startup, they can start a business, a nonprofit. What are some unique aspects about the culture at Leagueside?
I think one thing about Leagueside that resonates with everyone is it is youth sports. I think in some way, shape, or form, everyone has interacted with youth sports in their lifetime. And so the fact that we get to do good by doing good is awesome. We get to work with amazing clients and companies and ultimately help more kids play sports, which is really this win. We call it a win-win-win because Leagueside also wins there. But in general, our culture is based around this idea that if you are happy personally and professionally, and Leagueside is supporting you in both, there's no reason that you would ever leave Leagueside.
Perfect.
And so a lot of our teammates and employees are bought into the mission, believe in that work-life balance, and believe in what we're trying to build.
So if you're doing a one-on-one with an employee at your company, you're talking personal goals as well as professional goals.
Yeah. So we're intermingling personal, professional. Okay. We also have a tradition on Friday at 12 p.m. for lunch. We get around and we talk about highs and lows. Okay. So these are highs and lows from personal life, professional life, lows, opportunity to really sit as a company and as a team and reflect, and then talk about what we're looking forward to the next week.
It's and then we also,
it is awesome. And a part of the sports type of theme, we hand out a jacket, which is the cool moment of the week, and then a football, which is the MVP of the week.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome aspects of the culture. So I'm a sales enthusiast, very, very passionate about sales. How has the process changed to acquire clients when you first started to what you guys are doing now?
Yeah, so when Evan and I first started, it was traditional outbound sales process. So emails, trying to work our networks, cold calls. And when starting out, we didn't have a business. We had mostly an idea. And so what we sold was the vision of where Leagueside was going. It was, what is the current affair of youth sports? Incredibly fragmented, all these leagues run by volunteers, difficult to do at scale. The vision of us seeing, it's as easy as telling us your target zip codes or locations and these sponsorships happening at scale. But ultimately not having any case studies, not having any marketing materials,
all that,
really just selling the vision and finding those early adopters.
Okay.
And so the first deal we ever sold was to Smoothie King for $50. And they turned into a loyal client, launching to many locations across the US after that, due to those early adopters and advocates. And today we actually have a platform. We have the youth sports leagues and the inventory on the other side. We can launch these campaigns at scale, working with companies like locally Chop, Comcast. And so now we actually have a thing to sell, which makes it a lot easier.
Okay, makes sense. So I'm sure you got a lot of no's at the start. How did you persevere through those no's?
Yeah, I think a no is a great thing if you learn off those no's. So really understanding, totally understand this isn't a good fit, but help us understand why. What could be different? Was it the price point? Was it the value? Was it just timing? And being able to learn off those no's were 100% the things that got us to where we are today. And we're still learning off all the no's, things that are not working. But the key point for us was, if we got a no, understood why we got that no.
Got it. Awesome, Zubin. Listen, we really appreciate you hopping on the first episode of the Quarter Office. We'd like to end the episode with a question for the day for our audience, and they will leave the answer in the comments.
Yeah, so part of one of Leagueside's values is being intellectually curious. And so we are very big on asking questions in any way, shape, or form to understand the true problem. So my question is about questions, which is a little meta, but it is, what is your favorite question to ask on a sales call when you're talking to a prospect?
That is an awesome first question for our episode today. Thank you so much for hopping on. Even though you're a Cowboys fan, I think people will still watch this video, like, and comment. Thanks so much, Steve. We really appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Matt.